Hello guys, today I'm going to be doing a video on Hogwarts Legacy with the RTX 3050. We're going to be starting it off at 1080p on the lowest settings. Alright, jumping into the settings and then display. Here we are 1080p using TAA low and everything else is disabled down here. And for graphics, we're going to be using the low preset. Here we are with that, no RT obviously. And yeah, let's jump into it, see what we can do. And we're getting 85 FPS. That's a pretty good start. Let's call in the broom. There we go. Let's get going. So today we got a new driver update in Geforce Experience, but I don't really see a thing for Hogwarts Legacy, so I guess they didn't add anything to it. But anyway, this game runs decently well on this card at the low settings, and the game does look pretty good as well. You don't really need to play the game with the ultra settings to have the best looking game. Even at low settings it looks pretty decent. But the problems that I see with it are the pop-in. As you can see, as I'm flying towards the mountains or the buildings, you'll see a texture just appear on top of it and it'll become more clear. Alright, let's go ahead and fly towards the castle, go inside for a little bit. The game will be far more CPU intensive inside and more GPU intensive outside, so if your FPS is lower than this, then it might be your CPU, or most likely will be your CPU. Alright, let's go inside. Okay. Getting a bit of stuttering right there. That was pretty bad. Yeah, it feels quite micro stuttery right here. It's not really the best experience so far. But FPS is going to be sitting at 90 to 110. So again, very light on the GPU side, but far more intensive on the CPU side. Now if you want to get more FPS, if 70 to 80 FPS outside is not enough for you, then you can use DLSS. I've tried quality, balance, and performance, and I think for 1080p, quality and balance are the way to go. It looks very similar to TAA, so it will look a bit blurry and it will look softer than DLAA, but overall, for me personally, I think it looks good. But it's really up to you. Try it out, see if you like the look, then go from there. So let's go outside again, if I can find my way. This castle is very big, so you can get lost quite easily. This is it. Open up. Okay, I'm lost again. There's no way I went to the wrong door. I'm just gonna fast travel there. I'm lost. I'm completely lost in the castle. I don't know where I'm going. That's just sad. But here we are outside again. Let's go ahead and enable DLSS. We're gonna be starting it off with the quality preset. Here we are with that. DLSS and then quality. Looking good. And now we're sitting at 110 FPS pretty much. And the quality looks pretty much the same as low TAA as well. So if you like the TAA look, then DLSS will be a must for you in this game. Alright, let's call in that trusty broom and get going. Let's fly towards the forest. The forest is very GPU intensive, as you would expect with all the foliage. And see what FPS we can get over there. Faster! Yeah, look at all these losers just walking to school. I get to fly to school. The problem with low settings again is the pop-in, and you don't really get too many NPCs outside. If you play the game with the ultra settings, there'll be a lot of students or teachers just walking on this path and the world feels more alive. On the low settings, there's literally no one here unless you go down, I guess. There's one guy here and then there was two people up here past this gate, which kind of sucks.
Before I invented flu powder.
Should we go inside for a little bit? Who are you talking to, huh? Next time you won't be so lucky. Alright, let's go inside the forest. Hopefully I don't get killed. I'm at level, I think 16 or 17 at this point, so hopefully I'm strong enough. Chickens! Jokes. Can I call the broom inside? Oh, I can. That's pretty awesome. Alright, in the forest we're sitting at, okay, still at 100 FPS, quite easily. But again, playing a story-driven game at above 100 FPS with this kind of card is kind of a waste. You can obviously increase the quality up to medium and high and enjoy a 60 FPS experience while having a good looking game as well. Okay, there's dudes here. Let's see what they're up to. Oh, you guys suck. I'm a master. Oh no! Where'd you go, buddy? What happened to you? Oh, you guys with no challenge for me. What are you guys doing? Get out of the forest if you guys can't hang. Okay, do we break these? Ah, 1 out of 10. Oh, this whole area is filled with them. Let's keep breaking them. Okay. That's kind of cool. Probably a secret here or something I gotta find. 7, 8, 9. Now where's the last one that we're missing? Oh, right there. Ooh. Does it unlock the door now? It does. That's kind of nuts. Alright, I won't go in there yet. I'll come back probably at some other time. Let's call my broom and get out of here. So overall, at the low settings, you're going to be sitting at around 70 to 80 FPS with occasional dips into the 60s. With DLSS at the quality, you're going to be getting pretty much over 100 FPS most of the time. Oh boy, that was a pretty massive FPS dip right there. 50 FPS in the forest, or near the forest. 48 FPS. Yeah, this is not a good start, is it? So we lost around, what, 20 FPS from, or 30 FPS from the low settings up to the medium settings. We're still getting some popping as well in the grass. I can definitely see the shadows or the grass itself rendering in as I'm flying by. I guess if you're walking, it won't be as obvious, but since I'm going super quick on the broom, it is very obvious to my eyes. This game is super fun, to be honest, but I just really wish it was more optimized. It has a bunch of stuttering issues. It is super GPU and CPU intensive. And the worst part is, it doesn't utilize the entire CPU. This is a 12-core CPU, which is, I guess, it's a bit overkill for gaming, but it's using 10% of it. I guess at 60 FPS it makes sense, since we're not pushing it that hard, but with a 3080 at 100 FPS, it was getting bottlenecked, so, like, come on, man. Use a bit more, or at least optimize your game, so it's not as CPU intensive. Alright, in the forest, we're sitting at 50 to 59 FPS. Pretty decent, to be honest. The game's not stuttering at all, to be honest. It's actually running decently well. The pop-in is pretty awful. I can see the boxes down here just spawning in as I'm getting close to them. I don't like that at all. But from experience, playing at the high settings normally fixes that. Alright, let's go ahead and enable DLSS and continue on from there. Alright, now with quality DLSS, let's get some of these. Yoink. We're sitting at 80. Okay, I spoke this soon. 70 to 90 FPS. You guys suck. Pull up on me. See what happens. Stupefy. You guys suck. Watch this. Ready? Watch this. Ready? Hold on. Ooh, baby. What happened to you? You cursed. You are cursed. Oh, I'm using Lumos by accident. Oopsie. No, his loot. Okay, I got it. Perfect.
It's shameful what you've done to helpless beasts.
Yeah, it's shameful. Shame on you. How dare you hurt the animal just killed. I need loot over here.
Rebellion.
Not really, but that felt really stuttery. That feels kind of laggy for some reason. It doesn't feel the smoothest. Ooh, give me that. This will come in handy at some point. Really? Really?
Is this HOGWARTS?
Apologize. We got a beast over here. What is this? A bird. Oh no, he's hurt. I can't help him? I'm pissed. Okay. I'll come back for you, my friend. So yeah, I think overall for this card, you want to use DLSS pretty much at all resolutions. It looks pretty great in my opinion, and your FPS will be far better as well. So might as well use it and have a better looking game in return. Let's go ahead and push it up to the high settings now, and hopefully we can get 60 FPS in this mode as well. Here's TAA high at the high preset. What can we get? Oh, this feels laggy. Yep, 40 to 50 FPS already. That's a pretty bad start. Oh boy, this is gonna be rough, isn't it? Let's fly to the forest. Actually, you know what? Let's go inside the castle first before we leave, so I don't have to come back. But I'm pretty sure we're gonna be getting 60 FPS inside, if I was gonna guess. Oh. Still 40 FPS inside. 50 FPS inside. Getting close to 60. Come on, hit it. Nah. There we go. 60 FPS when it's an empty room with not much going on. Are you guys good? What are you coughing on me for? Okay, 70 FPS. Let's get into the main room. Those will be more intensive. Yep, falling into the 50s, the low 50s like before. So yeah, inside at the high preset, you're going to be sitting at 50 to 70 FPS. What are you running for, huh? Hey. Hey, you stop right there. What are you running from? Oh, what's happening here? Whoa, 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 what's happening here?
He's weak. Yes, he is.
Really? I'm weak, huh? Oh, 30 FPS right now. Oh, I couldn't dodge it on time. I'm gonna burn the whole forest down, boys. Ah. Now you cursed. Hey, you. You become a chicken now. You hear me? Whew. So during combat we were sitting at 33 FPS I believe, which is pretty atrocious. It's still playable I guess, but on a keyboard and mouse it just feels super sluggish and super laggy. Hello, look at you. Oh nice, you're freaking out already. You suck. Land! I'm freaking out. Oh. What if I push him off the edge? Can I do that? Whatever. I pushed him off. What? You fell off. You suck.
The beasts around here can sleep a bit easier now.
That's right. I'm a hero. Oh, a chest. Silver half-rim spectacles. Okay, so shall we go into the forest? Okay, look at these shadows for a second. Look how distracting they are. Look! Look at the ground reflecting in. That is super distracting. Okay, but regardless of that, we're getting 40 FPS in the forest, which is, I guess, a bit higher than the FPS during the combat scene, which is interesting. But let's enable DLSS, and hopefully this can save us, and we can get 60 FPS at the high preset. Now, at balanced DLSS, the game looks pretty good still, to be honest. Looks pretty similar to what we had before. And FPS is sitting in the 60s and 70s. That was a lot of stuttering there, to be honest. What was that about? It's far smoother for sure. It's far smoother. Now, one way that we can actually get more FPS without DLSS is to lower the quality a little bit and get a mix of medium and high settings going. So if I go into the settings and then graphics, here we are at a mix of medium and high settings. Looks pretty good. So strictly at the high settings, we were getting what, 70 FPS on average, and now we're sitting in the 80s and 90s by just lowering the quality a little bit. I think it's definitely worth doing. The game still looks fantastic and the performance goes up by quite a bit. Alright, here we are at the high preset, getting 34 FPS. That is just... I mean, we all saw this coming, right? It's fine, I guess. It's playable. The game feels far more stutterier, if that's a word, compared to the high and medium settings. But FPS wise, we can hold 30 FPS, so using a controller, it will be playable. In the forest, our lowest FPS was 32. Right here we're getting 26, oh my god, 28. Yikes, that's pretty bad. Let's not waste any more time. Enable DLSS, and hopefully we can get a playable experience out of the ultra settings. Okay. Getting 50 FPS, so we gained like 20 from this area, which is, I guess, pretty good. The game doesn't feel the smoothest still though, to be honest. And the quality of the trees look pretty bad. Yeah, they look pretty rough. But ignoring that, the game looks pretty decent still. Now obviously for this card, going up to the ultra settings is pretty stupid. It's very unrealistic. This card is really aiming at medium and high settings gaming at 1080p. So going above that is just not worth it, to be honest. The game looks very similar. And using DLSS as well, you're losing a bit of the quality. So what are you really gaining in total? Not much. Now going over the 1440p and 4K results, this is at medium to high settings with balanced DLSS. I was getting around 60 FPS with some dips into the 50s at 1440p, which is quite fantastic. And at 4K I was getting around 30 FPS, which is decent, but again, not really worth doing at all. Alright, that's pretty much it guys. Thank you guys for watching, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for Hogwarts Legacy on the RTX 4090. See you guys there.